Hey guys, Dr. Morse, injury experts. So Anthony Richardson, super polarizing player, has really struggled with accuracy early on in this season. He hasn't been running a whole lot. He made some beautiful passes, but unfortunately during this play right here, you can see he was running and he landed really hard on the side of his right hip. Now, I think he left briefly, maybe came back for a play or two, and then he left again. But the important thing to note is eventually they ruled him out. I think there's context within this, though. Remember, Joe Flacco came in, he looked pretty good. Then we ended up actually getting a pretty decent score. There was a pretty decent separation, so this wasn't a whole lot of urgency to say, hey, if this isn't a big injury, come back, we need you. They didn't really need him. Now, there was some speculation about what the exact injury is. Traditionally, this is called a hip pointer, which is a bruise to where the muscles insert on the side of the hip. Now, don't get me wrong, this hurts, but it's not a concerning injury. It's an annoying one, but it's not concerning. This is not a traditional way to fracture a hip, at least on a guy this size. This is not traditionally a way we strain a muscle. You have a lot of bleeding and bruising into this, and you may look like this. But long story short, more often than not, these guys do fine. Usually this comes down from a big fall from a couple feet in the air, or when someone lands hard on top of you while you're landing on the ground. But in general, these do fine. He may take a couple weeks to finally feel like he's pain-free in this area, but he might be able to play. They may err on the side of caution and say, hey, we have a really good backup quarterback. We won with him today. Give Anthony a week off and then have him come back the following week. That very well may be possible, but I don't think this is any significant injury here. I think the timing of it, he probably would have been able to come back in the game if it was a close game or if they didn't have the situation that they had today. Let's hope for the best. Thank you for tuning in. We will give you an update later in the week when we hear more. Take care.